After losing 4-0 to rivals Arsenal and being defeated by newly founded club Charlotte FC on penalties, it's safe to say Chelsea's pre-season hasn't gone according to plan, so let's talk about it. Chelsea kicked off their pre-season on the 17th of July against Club America, and to their credit, defeated them 2-1, although this was to be expected. Club America are a decent side, but their quality definitely isn't close to Chelsea, and if they did win, it would have been pretty surprising. There's not too much else to say about that match in particular, so let's move on to their next pre-season game versus Charlotte FC, which they somehow lost on penalties. Honestly, when I saw the results of this match, I couldn't believe it. Charlotte FC was founded in December of 2019, but didn't play their first ever match until February of 2022, 5 months ago. To put that into perspective, Chelsea won the Club World Cup exactly 2 weeks before Charlotte FC had played their first professional match, which is mad to think about. Now, to be fair, it is only pre-season, and what happens during it doesn't really mean too much in the grand scheme of things, but you would expect Chelsea to be beating a club currently in the middle of their inaugural MLS season. And the manner in which they lost made things worse for Chelsea, with them initially going 1-0 up in the 30th minute thanks to Captain America himself, Christian Pulisic, but they then blew that lead away in the final minute of the game when a 16-year-old academy player won a penalty for Charlotte, which they then scored and took the game to penalties. Unfortunately for Chelsea, a poor penalty from Conor Gallagher resulted in them losing the shootout, with the Charlotte FC players scoring all 5 of their penalties. Anyway, a few days after this match, it was time for Chelsea to play Arsenal and try and redeem themselves after that loss to Charlotte FC a few days prior. But instead of redemption, their poor pre-season form continued, with them losing 4-0 to the Gunners due to goals from Gabriel Jesus, Martin Odegaard, Bukayo Saka and Albert Sambi-Lokonga. Now, this wasn't Chelsea's full strength starting 11, whereas it basically was for Arsenal, so the scoreline is a little more reasonable, but you'll still expect Chelsea to put more of a fight, as 4-0 was pretty bad, especially with Chelsea's Premier League owner only being a couple of weeks away. And Tuchel himself came out and said after the match that he's far from relaxed and cannot guarantee Chelsea will be ready in 2 weeks. Also, when asked about Chelsea's lack of goal threat in the match versus Arsenal, Tuchel said, "We have the same issues because we have the same players." And with Chelsea only having one pre-season game left against Udinese before the Premier League campaign starts, they're running out of time to sign an attacker, which addresses his lack of goal threat and gives said attacker time to set into the squad before the season officially starts, which is kind of worrying for Chelsea. Now, they did sign Raheem Sterling, which should help with improving their goal threat, but judging by this quote from Tuchel, just his signing alone isn't enough to sort out Chelsea's offensive issues. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about Chelsea's pre-season so far. Their past couple games have been pretty poor, which isn't what you'd expect from a club like Chelsea, but at the end of the day, it is only pre-season, and I'm sure things will start to improve at the start of next season. Anyway, if you made it this far and you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and watch out, comment down below your opinions on Chelsea's pre-season so far. With that being said, have a good one guys. See ya.